you gonna make 32 shades of the same color though? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Shayla if this is your first time here. So in today's video, I'm gonna be reviewing the brand new Bounce foundation from Beauty Blender. And let me tell you, there's no shade range, okay? So Beauty Blender released 32 shades of foundation. They kind of all look, well, this is one of the darker shades, but they kind of all look similar to this. This foundation retails for $40 and it's very unique because you can kind of see like a little indent right here. So you actually just pump right onto this little dish and use your Beauty Blender to apply the foundation. This idea is so innovative. It's like when I saw it, before I knew that the shade range was trash, I was like, wow, that is a great idea. I love the packaging. So when I think I first saw the shades on Trend Mood, you know, she posts everything first. So when I first saw the shades, I was like I'm not surprised. This is what most brands do. 80% of brands do this. I'm not surprised at all. And I didn't want to be the judge until I saw it firsthand. And after seeing a couple swatches on Instagram, I was just like again, like have we not learned anything in 2018? We're almost in 2019. Like, did Fenty Beauty not teach you anything? Did all of these brands speaking about inclusivity not teach you anything? It's really just disappointing, you know? All right, so I have a diagram here and it kind of gives you all of the shades and the undertones, which I think it's really helpful when brands do this. So you can see, I know it's like a white piece of paper, but you can see this is light, medium plus, and dark. So there's no like, oh, I'm sorry, deep. Light, medium plus, and deep is over here. So you can see the focus is really in this medium plus range. And after swatching the foundations, I kind of feel like this is all one group. You know, I really feel like the fair shades are left out, and I feel like there's a lot of medium shades and then a few deeper shades. So it's kind of interesting that they did that instead of spreading, I guess, the foundations out so that they would hit kind of every category. So if you have a fair skin tone, you were completely left out of this. I really don't feel like, well, when I swatched it, I feel like there's one shade for fair skin, but yeah, a lot of people were left out. You know, these shades represent people. Okay, people who like to wear makeup and they are being left out. Even looking at this, these little, I don't know if these are supposed to be like accurate swatches, but this doesn't even look right, okay? So whenever I do reviews like this and I call out a brand, if you will, because I'm calling Beauty Blender, I'm calling you out. I like to do just a little bit of research, and I found the Instagram for, or actually Beauty Blender posted this, but also the owner of Beauty Blender, who is Latina, posted this statement, and I just want to read a little bit of it to you. I understand the importance of tones and representation as a Latina woman who has a multicultural family, and given I have had the good fortune of working with some of the most incredible women of color over my 25-year career, I couldn't have gone into product development without every tone into consideration. It would have been foolish to create a product if it wasn't for everyone. Honey, that's what you just did. That's what you just did. Okay, so let me just read this. I'm confident that women and men will find their shade and bounce as we spent so much time focusing on undertones, which tend to be overlooked in complexion. If you can't find your shade when Bounce goes on sale next week, then I want you to tell us. So I'm telling you, Beauty Blender, that you guys need to do better. And I don't know the owner, okay? I've never met her. It almost looks like she really focused on just one shade group instead of focusing on the entire scale. And that's what most brands do. It's just frustrating because I'm in that group of people that get left out. And how long is this gonna go on? How long are we gonna get left out? You know, we like wearing makeup. I like wearing makeup. I like having a foundation shade. You know, just after looking at the swatches of the foundation, I was like, wow, there's so many options. If you have a lighter skin tone, like you can see that it goes from light to dark. So I really want to help you guys understand my perspective, especially if you're in that group that maybe you always find your shade and you don't understand. So let me just give you guys this example. Imagine going up a staircase, and each step represents a shade. So you go from step 1, which would be the lightest shade, and then every step you're just gradually going up. And each brand does this. They gradually go up with the lighter shades, and once you get to my step, instead of going up to the next shade, you guys go up 5 steps. And then after that, another 5 steps. Sometimes after that, 10 steps, and then you're at the top. You know, that really is a great example of what every brand does. I don't want to say every, because we know that it's not every, but like 90% of the brands do. It's like they have a really nice gradient range up until you get to like my shade, and then you just have a few. It just doesn't make sense to me, and I think there's an opportunity for brands to be better, to do better, and really show me that you guys care about inclusivity and an inclusive beauty space. So in this video, I don't know if you guys could tell, I'm very passionate about this, which is why I wanted to do the video. Originally, I wasn't going to do this video because I was like, I'm not going to support the brand, especially a brand that doesn't support me, but I thought it was important for you guys to understand my perspective, and also I need to use my voice, and I want brands to hear me. So in this video, I will be doing a full face application of the foundation, and then at the end, I will give you my thoughts on the foundation and just like my overall thoughts on the brand. So let's get started. All right, I'm gonna start by swatching the 6 darkest shades, and we are gonna swatch from dark to light. The darkest shade is 4.70 right here. See what you're working with. This is actually a really good color. Like, I like this color for a foundation. The next shade down is 460. I wanted to swatch the darkest shades because I wanted you guys to see the gradient. I feel like, I mean, there could even be one more color in between these two, but I like these deeper undertones. And I'm wiping my brush off because I know some of y'all are probably like, all right, this is 450. This next shade is 440. So you can see there's a huge jump here. Like, there definitely needs to be a few shades in between these two. Just my professional opinion. I'm gonna swatch the next 3 shades on this side so we can kind of get like a really nice, huge swatch out of them. So this is 430. Wait, hold up. 440. Wait, I need to put this closer. All right, I'm gonna keep going before I get upset. But 70, 60, 50, 40, right? Is that what it is? This is pretty bad. So it slowly fades from 70, 60 to 50, and then there's a huge jump to 40, and then another huge jump to 30. This is also 30, 20, and then 10. So we're gonna try 30, even though I'm not sure about this. I'm gonna start with my Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. This is my everyday primer. I love it. This is like Beauty Blender Gate, Beauty Gate. What should we call this? I feel like this range is worse than Tarte Gate, you know? All right, let me get my Beauty Blender. So I'm gonna use the product the way it's meant to be used and just pump a little bit right here. Should I use my Beauty Blender? I really do. Yeah, I'm gonna use my Beauty Blender to apply it, even though I wanna use a brush, but we'll use the Beauty Blender. You know what? I might even mix a couple shades. This is 430. So far, it definitely feels lightweight. I'm gonna add a little bit more coverage. Right now it's giving me medium coverage, and I barely used any of the product. Yeah, this actually probably would be the color that I would use because I do like to go darker with my foundation. What color is this? 420. I'm gonna put a little bit of 420 on, just on the center of my base. Okay, so if there was a 425, which I feel like if this was in the 300s, there is a 325, but if they made a 425, that would definitely be my color because the mixture of these two is like perfect. So there's no smell. I don't smell anything because I know a lot of you guys are sensitive to smell. So far, so good as far as the consistency and how it's blending. It doesn't feel thick at all, and it's not super matte. Like, I'm not getting that matte full coverage effect. It's really unfortunate when there's a foundation that performs well, but the shade range sucks, you know? Because it's like, wow, there's so much potential with that foundation, except they need to get it together. This little situation here is such a good idea. If you like to work off of a surface, maybe your hand, it makes so much sense, and then you can clean it right after. All right, so those were 420 and 430. I'm gonna conceal with Butterscotch from Too Faced Cosmetics. I'm just gonna do this. Whenever I test out a new foundation, I like to use the same products I always use. Like, I won't introduce something new because I need to see how the foundation performs with the products that I already use, you know? My skin is like tripping, you guys. And I blame eating out. Last Sunday, I've told you guys this before, we ate out and like my skin just broke out in like little like hives. The hot mess is bad. This is the same beauty blender. Just using it to blend in the concealer. I know a lot of you guys are probably like, why even review the product, you know, if it's not an inclusive brand? Because I know a lot of you guys who have a shade maybe don't care about inclusivity as much as I do and will still wear the product. I don't know, I just still like to review it. I don't want to just come on here and like bash the brand without like giving a proper review, you know? Like, I like to give a proper review because there's always room for improvement. So say I hated the foundation and the shade range, I would tell you guys why. And maybe someone from the brand would watch and be like, okay, we need to do this, 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 and this, you know? So I'm always gonna review because there's always opportunity. And even though this foundation is like canceled, you know, I want them to be better. I want them to do better. I don't really like having to constantly like talk about the lack of inclusivity with brands, you know? All right, so I'm gonna contour with shade 450. I usually use the stick foundation, but I'm gonna try something a little different today. I mean, I've contoured with the foundation before, don't get me wrong, but I typically use my little foundation stick. And again, 450. Gonna blend this out. So I really like the undertone of the darker shades. We just need more of them. That's it. We just need more. And I think a lot of times with brands, they just look at the color and they're like, oh, well, we gave them, I'm gonna say that, okay? Okay, we gave them a couple dark shades, it should be good. It's like, we need more, okay? We need more. This is the same F50 brush. I'm just gonna contour the nose a little bit, little season. We're gonna give this season 8. Beauty blenders at season 1 right now. I'm gonna set my foundation with the Huda Beauty Kunafa powder. And I'm using my Sigma fluffy brush. I'm just gonna kind of blot and set. Blot and set. Ooh. Oh. Got a little guest over here. Ooh. Can I tell you guys something? I'm noticing a little bit of crackage, okay, around the mouth area. Right up in here. I haven't seen any other reviews of this product, so I don't know if people have had creasing, but it's a little early for it to start creasing, you feel me? So far the foundation looks good other than the crackage around my mouth, but I don't really have any complaints, well, other than them not having my shade, and other than that, the foundation, it looks really nice on the skin, so we'll see how it wears. I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup off camera and I will be right back. All right, y'all, I'm back. I put a little lashes on, a little blush, that's it. So my overall thoughts on the foundation, it's definitely, like you can kind of see I'm kind of glossy up in here. It's definitely on the semi side versus the matte side, okay? It is, I would say it's semi-matte. Okay, looking at my face, I'm like, okay, I'm not matte, I'm semi-matte. So it stays true to that. I don't think I would rewear this foundation, just if we put the shade range aside, just my first impressions of it. I don't think I'd wear it only because I'm already getting kind of shiny and I'm combination skin. I get oily throughout the day, so I like my foundation to look matte as soon as I'm done with my makeup versus semi-matte. Another issue that I see, you guys can see it right here, crease. Yeah, no one likes smile lines, and I don't know, every once in a while foundation comes around and wants to just crack up in my smile line, so we don't like that, no. Just to kind of sum up my Beauty Blender foundation, Bounce foundation, ooh, Bounce Gate, that's what we'll call it. Just to sum up my Bounce Gate experience, they really just dropped the ball on this one. Beauty Blender had such a huge opportunity to, I guess, gain the love of everybody if they would have just expanded the shades. And I understand that not every brand can come out with, you know, 40 shades. I mean, they're at, what, 32? Not every brand can come out with 40 shades, but if you're gonna come out with 32 shades, just make sure that you have an even amount of shades for each skin tone. That's what you do to show that you truly care about inclusivity. Just to quote the founder when she said she has a multicultural family, just because you have a multicultural family doesn't mean you care about shade range. You know what I mean? That just means you have a very multicultural family. So I think, you know, brands really need to open their eyes and look at all of these other brands who are not hitting the nail on the head, you know? You guys need to open your eyes and realize that the people that you're leaving out wear makeup and we matter. And that's pretty much what sums this up, is there are people behind these shades that you're not including and we matter. I know I kind of got serious, but I'm very passionate about this because I know what it's like to be left out, and it's like I don't want you guys to feel like that. So comment below. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I know a lot of my foundation reviews, there's one similarity, one thing in common with most of them. So let me know your thoughts on the shade range on Beauty Blender. Subscribe to my channel, and last but not least, strut and slay.